So as Butcher gets up, he is completely disorientated, and this is because the endolymph fluids in his ear, which the brain uses to calculate the direction of gravity and maintain balance, has been violently shaken by the explosion, to the point that the brain struggles to compute, and this is processed in the vestibular system of the brain, and the explosion causes delayed coordination, and he staggers as his brain tries to regain composure.
Sorted. What happened?
William Butcher and Soldier Boy. Of course. You are behind this.
When seeing Butcher, Homelander briefly expresses a power pose, and rests his hands on his hips before immediately stopping. He then does a long exhale, whilst also tensing his mouth, which is a form of emotional suppression. He's trying to appear composed here, but realizing Butcher teamed up with Soldier Boy fills him with extreme anger, generating strong physiological arousal. The slow exhale is a pacifying behavior in an attempt to regulate his stress by stimulating his parasympathetic nervous system, whilst the sudden interruption of the power pose shows that he's trying to hide his insecurity. He's desperately trying to maintain his image here.
This whole thing really is all about me. William, we made a deal to fight to the death. You and me. This is cheating. Deal's off. You were my hero growing up. I watched all your movies hundreds of times. You were the only one that was nearly as strong as me.
Buddy, you think you look strong? You're wearing a cape.
So when Homelander says that Soldier Boy was his hero, Soldier Boy expresses mouth and facial tension, which is again a form of emotional suppression. He has no respect for Homelander whatsoever, and being complimented by him is deeply awkward, and he tries to mask his disgust by tensing the muscles in his face and jaw. He's almost insulted that Homelander idolizes him, seeing him as weak and pathetic.
You're just a cheap fucking knockoff.
Oh, no. I'm the upgrade.
Please, I need you. People are hurt. Amen! Please. He doesn't control you. We have to help these people. It's up to us.
Homelander performs a smile mask here when Soldier Boy insults him, whilst at the same time expresses extreme muscle tension in his face. He uses this mask to maintain a socially acceptable outward demeanor and preserve his image of control, whilst attempting to hide his intense rage. But the tension in his jaw and facial muscles shows the anger clearly boiling over. Homelander is deeply image conscious and obsessed with his reputation, so being insulted and dismissed by someone he once admired deeply hurts him, triggering extreme physiological arousal.
Really had me going for a minute there.
Oi.
Fuck. What have you done?
Scorched earth.
So this is interesting. Homelander this whole time doesn't at all feel like his life is in danger. like when Butcher lasers him. He's extremely confused, but we see no visible tension in his face or anything to suggest a spike in his arousal. He feels invincible, and only experiences arousal from emotional stresses like being insulted, not from feeling threatened. And this is why he appears so menacing in the earlier seasons. He knows that no one can touch him, and it makes him terrifying. But this is about to change for the very first time. Again, Homelander feels completely in control here, but is confused by seeing Hughie also having powers. Meanwhile, Butcher is smiling here, because he is finally able to challenge Homelander physically. And interestingly, Homelander also smiles here, when clashing lasers with Butcher. He knows that he's in no real danger, and remains fully confident in his own superiority, and hearing Butcher's screams confirms this and soothes his ego. Both tense their faces during the fight, but muscle tension is a very natural physiological response when in a confrontation.
Get out of here! No fucking way!
So everyone here is expressing extreme facial tension, as the defense mechanisms respond to the stress of the situation. However, Homelander, when literally fighting for his life, enters a state of pure survival and rage. He expresses what's called bruxism, and tightly tenses his jaw while screaming. And this is a natural reaction to a life or death situation that floods his brainstem with proprioceptive feedback, blocking the signals of pain from being transmitted to the brain. It's a form of pain relief that the brain triggers when death is imminent, to allow the animal to push through the confrontation whilst taking an injury. And this is when Homelander finally realizes that he's mortal and can be defeated. It's a perfectly acted and detailed scene.